Let's look at some of the players in this thing. Yeah? Here you have Jessie Lloyd, music. Yeah? Whatever she's saying on here. How do I make equation to Jessie Lloyd music? Yeah? How? And I'm pointing it on the Reverend Rose Hudson Wilkin, first female black bishop of the Church of England. And I'll point it back to Jessie Lloyd music, and I'll tell you about my association with Jessie Lloyd. I was introduced to Jessie Lloyd by Tony Seeley. The Tony Seeley who identified my worth as a creative person, but I was burdened down with the trauma, so I couldn't come up to the front. Tony Seeley nurtured me via his Theatre of the Oppressed at the Walworth Living Room. Working in association, I was a volunteer for Pembroke House. Cardboard Citizens was involved. I knocked on doors on the Aylesbury estate. I guess that was my biggest introduction to doing that sort of type of a work. Yeah? I wrote the song that is on the Border Crossing SONGSTREET app as a result of being introduced to Jessie Lloyd and hearing the stories of the Windrush generation and their links to Lambeth or Brixton. Yeah? And this is what I am going through how many years after the death of my mother. I've written open letters. I've contacted the black community. Yeah? And this is what I'm going on. Now it's time for me to rise up and name those involved. Those involved. Why I have to know. God let them steal our passport in Peckham. Yeah? So I can find out how to do this. Let them don't act now. The criminal needing emotional regulation treatment. The violent nuisance. Because in the write-up I see about whatever, it said about Jessie Lloyd's grandfather. Yeah? So I'm going to tell them my story now. I'm going to leave this for now. Have something to eat. Haven't eaten in how many days, proper in how many days. But this is the beginning. This is the start. See? The hoarder started to tidying up again because hoarding is not a crime. Yeah? So the council, hoarding is not a crime. I was the one who advocated on behalf of Tess. This is the window my husband stood and said, Mervy Lee, get help for Tess. What did you do? Yeah? And that 300 and odd pages of whatever that defamed me. That is me. Yeah? That is me. So the world is gonna know now. I'm gonna finish this breakfast. Have to go shopping. There's hardly anything in the house. But yes, this is the hoarder. Yeah? And then we go back to the story of how I was the one tidying up for my hoarder grandmother, my hoarder mother. Who has inherited the hoarding? My son, Valdin Legister. The Valdin Legister who has been brainwashed to abandon his mother. Yeah? So let us do it. Yeah? As of now. Let us do it. Yeah? I'm going everywhere my intellectual property are. Everywhere that my intellectual property are, I'm going to find them. And we're going to find out who the coconuts are. Yeah? Who are the coconuts? Who are the house slaves? It's Black History Month that I can take my husband for his appointment and some Asian practitioner who doesn't seem to understand English. Either understand or write English can write this. Yeah? And after that, we were targeted by Santander. And after that, Santander is going to send whatever. Yeah? See how it is, lost or stolen passport. Yeah? Information social care. Yeah? Yeah? And that is after that. How many weeks? Yeah? How many weeks? This is now Santander is going to send my card is on the way. I was in Santander the day when the lady was arrested in Peckham, owing to whatever the circumstances, they've had a demonstration. I spoke to the lady's partner about half an hour after the incident. I just come out of Santander. Yeah? So Santander, you're going to get it. How many videos do I have out there? I have the videos. I was videoing my husband, how long you kept him at the counter. Did Santander call somebody to identify them about my husband? And that's why we were robbed. Yeah? This is the imagination of a mad woman. Yeah? So let's put these on there. Yeah? The only reason the police decided to act so quickly is because I was recording. And once I was recording, I told them, from the time Winsome Duncan sent police here to section me from a malicious report, after I called to explain about the verbal abuse of Winsome Duncan and Ryan Clement, whom he groomed. And they did not respond. Because as always, they done it afterward too. But yet they turn up here with the NHS ambulance to section me from that malicious report. The only reason I was not carted out of here was because I'd gone to see the MP, Neil Coyle, and had taken some medical reports. Yeah? I'd taken some medical reports. Yeah? I can show you them. So this is me now. This is where I'm going to be at. And all that has happened. MOPAC, IOPC, Judicial Conduct Investigation Office. You name them. I've been in touch with them. Desmond Jadu, open letters to Theresa May and David Cameron. The Daily Express. Yeah? Bateswells and Brathwaite. How did they come in this thing? Social media cyberbullying criminals. London early years pedophiles. Jonah Sullivan, the mastermind of Men in Child Care. That is Richard Harty. I did a Voice of a Child research for Jonah Sullivan. I was a participant in Dr. Maria Hudson's The Experience of Multiple Discrimination. Yet I was put in a book. 1 in 5 of all suicides are associated with unemployment. When I did not become that suicide statistic, me and my husband, it's 600,000 older people in the UK say they leave their homes once a week or less. What are we talking about? This is the Merville Myers that's going to take back my identity and give my husband the dignity he deserves on this journey. Once a man, twice a child. What YouTube has done. Strike my channel, remove posts. Yeah? Google my business. Yeah? Google my business. How many whatever has Google my business removed? Yeah? How many? Let's get it in context. And when I finish here, I leave this. Yeah? There, here it is. Every time I first one, Merville Consultancy, 2016. Yeah? Suspended. Look, how many suspension? Why are they suspended, Google? To cover up for pedophiles. Yeah? Alright, here it is. Merville's advocacy pearl in the sand. Yeah? As soon as it was up, it's suspended. Why is it suspended? It was reported for inappropriate activities. So why is nobody getting the pedophiles? Eh? Merville activism suspended. Why is it suspended? Inappropriate activities. I have this Shopify. I said, all right, let me forget about it. They're still taking money. Mothers advocate for preventative sanctions. Eh? Now it says verification needed. When I try to verify, it cannot. So of all those, all I have is this one. And when I go in it, Google my business is trying ways, especially on this computer, to say it can't be found. I've had enough now. I won't be cursing anymore in honor of my father and my only surviving auntie, because 3 of my grandmother's children were born on the 27th of October. The 27th of October, the day Winsome Duncan born, who was inviting me to her 40th birthday party to probably spike a drink to say I committed suicide. Yeah, June O'Sullivan, you're gonna get yours. Police better act. Yeah. Mark Rowley signed my book at Brixton. I talked to Nigel Pierce. Yeah. So now we're gonna put on record those who came in here and beat me black and blue. The recently PC Edward Allen who sent email, I call him a batty boy. We're gonna look at all those things. PC Conway, name them. I can name them. This is my time now. A new Met for London. Mervyn Myers is gonna change the narratives. Yeah, and who am I changing it with? Come on board the Reverend Rose Hudson Wilkin. Come on board the Reverend Rose Hudson Wilkin. You've had your time, lady. You said you can't help me. Come on board the Reverend Rose Hudson Wilkin. Because I'm coming from Townhead. Your grandmother is coming from Burn Savannah. Your granduncle Adolphus Ferguson is coming from Gong Road. Same Townhead. You want to know your history, lady? You want to know your history to add to being the first female black bishop of the Church of England. I can tell you because you don't know your history.